Having that point and click CC is going to be so powerful for 1xn to try and kite out, for Missing to try and protect that AD carry. But it's actually IG locking in the Mordekaiser in a bit of prio from Wei. He might see some early action.
Yeah, Wei recognizes this as well. Sheer knows that he can't step up for the trade, but choosing not to flash then, instead save it for a little bit later, costs Sheer his life. IG recognize weaknesses.
They've got the higher level members. Sobro with that level lead in terms of having solo experience versus 1xn finds himself in a very good position. And it is going to be that first dragon of the game. Really, you know, if he gets caught by a charm, he's going to probably take half his HP at this stage in the game, and that, you know, I'm looking at this from Bulldog's perspective. He could very easily try to leverage this lead and push moving all the way cross-country to make their impact felt in the mid lane. You can see that we are reaching 1xn.
We're flashing on him. We're final executioning 1xn. Once again gets the dash, but Photic shuts that down real quick with the piercing arrow. A double kill for Photic. And IG, they butter that bread once again. They see
stuff, and hopefully they can transition this into their priority around the Drake as well.
It's a small thing, but Kroko was forced to use Clone to get out over the wall, so doesn't have it engaged for just a second. Finally, gets the chance to whip it out just now. Cyclone gonna go down and actually help take out Jue. Wei trying to disengage on the right side, but Sobero stuck in the front lines. Does leave IG a little bit scattered over the wall. Photic gonna try and join the fight, but immediately gets knocked up by the Scion, and it is 1xn free firing in the backline as Sheer stands in front of him. Flashing on top of Wei to try and finish off this Ambessa. He will do so. Sheer's HP is running low, though, and 1xn dancing behind the dragon is finally going to commit to Photic. Does not grab him as the piercing arrow takes him down. Sheer is finally out, but it is IG that have won the fight, dancing and diving around LNG.
And they came into this fight with a gold lead here. They come away with a bigger one and another dragon to boot, putting them at soul point for this Infernal Dragon very early on.
Sheer in the mid lane.
Photic's doing an incredible job here at just poking away at the health bars. You can see Missing is going to spellbook TP back in, but 6k on that Atakan. We're going to need to get in there nice and quickly here, LNG.
Like now, Bulldog does land the initial charm on Renard, but Photic manages to claim the Otacon, and it's a game of disengaging for IG. They leave Sobero all on his own in the middle of LNG, but that's a happy sacrifice. You lose Renard and Sobero, you get the Otacon. IG, it's a trade, but they come out on top.
Yep, solo lane was falling, but I think that that's, again, to their benefit. Nobody from LNG can TP up to the top side, maybe try and claim that tier 1 gold. They will be able to claim the tier 1 turret down in the bot side, but again, really, in terms of consequences for IG, they will probably take this. We look at the gold, it's dead even, but we look at the petal count, it's 25 to 4.
Photic does have a lot of tools, especially with the ult that can keep him safe. Kroko gets found by Wei and Renard. Not a whole lot of ways out with the Weaver's Wall. Is going to flash away, keeping himself up at 25% HP. But that gives IG once again complete control of the bot side. Bulldog gets flashed on, and Sobero claims a kill so low in the top side.
Hey, guess what, dear? Dragon's spawning and they have no solo laner. Sobro has got teleport. Granted, he doesn't have ulti, but with Kroko getting forced to flash an ulti out, with him being so low on HP, this is just the Dragon Soul for Invictus Gaming. They, again, we talked about the fact that they need to push the pace. This is, you know, game ending almost, if you can find it. With the Atakan as well, they've got all the good stuff in their back pocket. Let's just see whether or not they can execute on that. As you can see, Dwayne, knowing that he's hooking into a Banshee's, absolutely no cares in the world, just trying to pop the spell shield. Does a good job with that.
1xn comes with the extra income. Both AD carries having hit their 3 item spikes as well, so 1xn could get a lot of work done here, especially with
flash
the tanky
from Missing.
front line.
As the Chain of Corruption goes down there, and Missing forced to use that Summoner spell to get out of dodge from a hook, from a seismic shove, and that's the window for Invictus Gaming that they were looking for. Completely starved of vision. The redemption has to go down to spot them out on it. And LNG doing a good job so far at just making sure that they know what's happening around the Baron, but actually nothing to stop it from going down.
IG got what they came for, and they actually answer with a teleport from Sobero here. So IG, not just wanting the summoner, but wanting to fight, especially now with the mid lane tower under threat. LNG trying to deny that right now, disengage from missing. Coming in nicely as mid lane tower does go down for LNG. Nice knockup lands onto Zhui, who goes low, hooks onto Bulldog, but hits the Banshees, getting taken down instantly. Charm gonna land, knock up onto Mordekaiser as well. Sobero goes golden for just a moment, and finally will go down. Public Execution misses onto Kroko as Wei is the next one to be knocked up and taken down. Bulldog relentlessly moving forward, as it is Photic and Renard left up against Sheer and 1X, and Photic confidently stepping into the mid lane. 1X is gonna flash on him, and sometimes you gotta flash on him, but it doesn't work out.
Sometimes that wasn't one of the times. Yes, actually, you know, great work. 1XN's got this Infinity Edge as well as that Mortal Reminder, which he took the pit stop for before finishing the IE. Hold on, mid lane.
Edge of Night getting crazy value. Zhui dies for it, but that's awesome for Photic. The question is whether the rest of IG will come out as well. Photic's finally rejoined them, about half HP.
Let's look at our timers here, dear. 5 seconds on the Elder as well. No support. Not the biggest tool, but certainly something that they can look to rally behind. LNG needs to dodge this poke from the Varus, and Photic going to do a great job if he can just whittle away at some of those health bars.
He's isolated. Kroko knocks him up. Charm lands, and the assassination from LNG goes as planned. Wei tries to answer onto 1XN, does not have the damage, and 1XN has certainly got the peel. Sobero's got no access either, gets charmed and shut down, and Bulldog, the monster that was growing in the side lane, plays a huge role in winning that fight for LNG and unlocks the Elder Dragon.
This is the power of experience here, dear, as IG are starting to crumble at the seams. They've had this lead the entire game, but all of a sudden one pick onto Zhui and the whole game falls apart as LNG are going to secure the Elder Dragon. Just that...
Yeah, it's just, unfortunately, we got to take at this point. And IG have already lost control of the game as we're thinking about in terms of their positioning, what objectives they can take. But in terms of the gold as well, the Baron just going to exacerbate that even further. At this point, we got a lot of items complete, but gold still means something in League of Legends. And right now, it's not in IG's favor.
Yeah, and again, it's... IG had to play perfectly throughout the end of this game to try and close it out. Unfortunately, that one misstep has definitely cost them quite greatly. And we talked about it through the first 10 minutes, Dia, that this composition for IG, it had a clock on it. And LNG are ringing the bell. They're saying time's up now. As you can see, Kroko blast coning into the base. This is all to allow Sobero to get a little bit of extra gold down on the bot side. He takes a tier 2 turret. They know they can't defend against the Elder, so let's get a little bit of gold where we can. It makes sense, but it's going to come at a mammoth cost. And in the mid lane, Renard's actually just died to the Ahri off screen, so Bulldog finding another great pick with that Elder, and maybe in a 5 versus 4, they can just end the game.
Chains of Corruption are going to do net nothing. Sobero does go golden to dodge the Scion train, but it's going to get knocked up immediately afterwards. Stuck in the front lines with Elder Dragon. The promised Public Execution comes in from Wei, executing 1XN, and into the Elder Dragon. IG are turning things around. Sheer on his last legs now has Wei chasing him down. This Ambessa completely changing the game for IG. Bulldog is alive, but IG win that fight.
Yeah, do you remember when we... For him to get back out onto the map in time. Second TP expended. This is missing Spellbook, as Sheer going to have to cone his way over. It's a lot of dancing around this Elder with Inhibitor down in the top side. IG a little bit on the clock here because Super Minions can start to rally through their base.
Renard just showed top side, but is teleporting down to the bot. He's got a flank that is spotted from LNG, but Elder Dragon is going lower and lower. Wei's right next to it, ready for the 50-50 smite. Missing does get blown up immediately, but Wei's still laser focused on the Elder Dragon. Bulldog's poking.
Kroko's down.
2,000, 1,000, and the secure from Wei gives the Elder Dragon and the fight to IG.
And that's just going to be a clean sweep here, dear. They don't have waves other than that beautiful one in the mid lane. That's game 1, signed, sealed, and delivered. Invictus Gaming. Game number 1 picked up for IG. I mean, the sad thing about the game ending in these positions is we don't get...